I've hit stream, so.
All right.
I see us.
How do we sound? Hopefully better.
I will.
I know we look gosh darn good. I can tell you that.
Wow. Big facts.
Wow.
Big facts.
Oh, wow.
All right, I retweeted the L tweet to put it back up.
I'm not seeing any feedback off of mine. Yeah, Braden, you should feel bad I had to move inside. But guess what? I brought the stogie with me, and my wife's going to kill me because she's probably going to wake up and smell it.
Oh.
But I don't care. I don't.
We got a sounds good in the
I
chat.
don't care. I don't
care.
I don't. So how do we
Kyle's
sound?
mic pick in the making.
It's always the streamer's fault.
Much better. It says much better.
Very good.
Do you guys ever see Kicking and Screaming?
Of course.
Mike Ditka and
Sure.
it's like Mike Ditka's wife's like, no smoking in the house. He goes, yeah, they're smoking in the house. I'm the king of this house, and I'll smoke where I want to. Kyle's the king of his house, you know?
No, I'm
Big
not.
flex.
That's it.
Based on your Tuesday, you're definitely not.
Bo is the king of the house.
No, you're Monday.
What about my Monday?
It was
Oh,
evidence
yeah.
that
No,
you're...
you're right. Preferred style of stogie. Man, that's a great question. I like Romeo and Juliet's a little bit of sweetness to them. Does anybody else smoke cigars in this stream, or is it just me? I think Joe does.
Not enough to know them offhand,
So
such as you did.
Not a savant, then.
I would not call myself a savant. A casual enjoyer.
All right.
Go. Let's do it.
We
You
ready?
good,
I
Buggy?
think we're ready.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I believe the order goes tonight. Jordan, Jonah, Joe, Trevor, Kyle, Ben.
Okay, so Ben, just can you do me a favor? You have that written down?
Yes, sir, I do.
Can you keep track of that? Because that order was on my other computer, not the one I'm working off, so it's not the order that we're going to go.
Yes, sir. I'm all over it. Everybody has pen and paper, correct?
Yeet. Yes, I do.
All right. Then, Jordan, ring us in Trivia Night, Week 4, the defending champ, the undefeated, going first so that we know how many points he will have at the end. Jordan, read it.
This is great that Jordan's going first because that means somebody else can lead for a question.
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all
I say
set
we
me
just
up on
end it after
purpose.
this question. End
That's how
it.
it goes.
So this is worth 2 points.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
The fifth-year option for first-round rookies or first-round selections was implemented in 2012. There's been 2 teams to date that have not exercised it at all on anyone to this point. Name those 2 teams.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Since 2012?
Yes, 2012. There's been 2
So,
teams.
who has drafted really bad first-round players for 7 years?
I think I might have it.
I think I have it.
How do you guys have it?
We pay attention to football.
That's unkind.
2012 is after you were born, Ben.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I don't know, like, I have some logic to my picks, but I'm not sure they're good picks.
Oh, man.
All right.
What's the time?
Kyle, are you in charge of the clock?
Yeah, I got the clock. We got about 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, time. So what is the read order here?
All right, it is
Like it
Jonah.
It's his last
First
name.
up.
Jonah, what do you got, bud?
I got the Arizona Cardinals and the Green Bay Packers.
That is incorrect.
0 points for Jonah.
0
All right,
points.
then it goes Joe.
Buffalo Bills and Cleveland Browns.
1 point.
All right, now Trev.
I have the Steelers and the Browns.
1 point.
Okay.
All right, good work, Browns. Kyle.
I have the Cleveland Browns and the Arizona Cardinals.
1 point.
1 point. Damn it.
All right, I have the Browns and the Patriots, and I got rid of the Saints. So if it's the Saints, I'm gonna be sad.
1 point.
All right, who's the other team?
Seattle Seahawks.
Oh, I
Wow.
would guess that.
I want to know
Would not have
who
guessed
did the
that.
Bills exercise it on. I don't remember that at all.
We have a Browns and Seahawks guess in the chat from BP457, a sub. So right now, after Jordan's first question, when we agreed to end the stream, BP457 wins.
Good night.
Yeah,
Impressive
thanks for
stuff.
tuning in, guys. Sorry for
Good
the technical
night.
difficulties, but
All right, who's
Well
keeping
done.
score? You got it, Ben?
Yeah, I've got it. It's updated. You can see it in the better information panel. If you open that up in your Twitch streams, it is right there, the updated score for you.
that's in the bottom right corner, correct?
It's on the right-hand side, yeah.
Okay, yeet.
All right, next question belongs to Jonah. Everybody open your almanacs to page 3,924.
How dare you say such a blasphemous thing? Okay. So, first question. This hopefully isn't as obscure as you guys think. So, in the 2019 NFL draft class, Joe, can you stop, please? In the 2019 NFL draft class, the cornerback and wide receiver positions were the two of the top three most drafted positions, as they generally are. But what position was the second most drafted? And you get bonus points for the number being
Third?
some players were drafted.
So the third most drafted position.
Third most drafted?
Second most, because corner was number one,
Oh,
wide receiver was third. So those are both generally in the top three of each draft. But which position was the second most of the 2019 NFL draft? Bonus points for the specific number.
Okay.
All right, we're on the
Okay.
clock.
Okay.
Joe, by the way, I think I saw before I moved my thing over for this question that the Bills had exercised Stephon Gilmore.
Oh, did they? Okay.
they don't.
12,
10
Positions.
seconds, guys.
Are we doing like edge like we do? I don't know.
They don't classify it as edge though. So
Right.
Right.
Because they're dumb.
Find 'em.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time.
All right, Joe, first answer.
Linebacker 32.
1 point. You get the position right.
Dang it.
Damn.
All right, Trevor.
I have offensive tackle in 28.
No points.
I have defensive tackle in 22.
Nope.
Mm.
Keeley?
Kyle, it's your guess, actually.
Yeah, I had linebacker in 18.
Nope. Well, you got 1 point for linebacker, but
I was
not
going
no.
to say, sheesh.
Yeah. And Jordan, get the right answer. I dare you.
Linebacker 29.
Right position, wrong number. It's 30,
Thank
but it was
God.
How many?
What was
how
it?
many was it?
31.
31.
Wow.
Jeez.
And I think that was crazy considering how, like, it obviously wasn't top here, but everyone was harping on the linebacker class, and it was the second most drafted position. It was really
Yeah,
Yeah,
it wasn't
I-
really a bad or good class.
No.
Where
Yeah,
was
exactly.
offensive tackle? Where was offensive tackle?
I wasn't sure. I just focused on the top three. I usually see, corner, wide receiver in there. So I'm really
Linebacker makes sense because a lot of pass rushers are just labeled linebacker when
Yeah.
they're in the draft. So.
Well, and then we had guys like Quincy Williams was like a top 100 pick.
Well, you got-
Remember when Quincy
Don't-
Williams got drafted on the stream, Kyle? And we were all like,
Shoot, yeah, I do.
oh, interesting.
Interesting.
Listen, he had good reviews at camp. I think I saw he's got like some kind of lingering injury right now, but they said he was one of the fastest players on the defense.
Bro.
Yeah. Trevor's theory is that it's just a ploy to get Quinnen Williams in 5 years when he is free
I mean,
agency.
it is. It 100% is.
Jaguars are building out their package to attract Q.
100%, dude.
All right. Joe, all you, brother.
right.
First question.
Before I read my question, I have the fan question tonight as well. Keep in mind that you get entered to be in our fantasy football league, and it's a non-Googleable, very fun question. So make sure you stick around for that at the end.
Wow.
And here's the question. There's 4
Someone
points.
in the chat asked if Joe's going to ask a Cardi B question.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Cardi B song, Joe? What is it?
I don't think I can name one.
You can't name
All right,
a
here we-
Cardi B song. Wait, hold on.
No, I guarantee
name-
you he can't.
You
There's
can't name.
Trevor,
one
I also
Cardi-
can't.
he
let's
couldn't
be
name.
honest.
He couldn't name 3 Michael Jackson songs. There's no way he's going to be able to name a Cardi B song.
Joe,
Cardi
I want you
B.
to, I want you to
She
think.
was on one of the songs on Ed Sheeran's new album. Southern. I'm gonna stop. Here we go. That nothing good was going to come of that.
No.
All right, so here it is. 4 points south of the border. Yes, that was it. Here we go. Here's my question. 4 points on the line. The only time in NFL history that one team had 4 first-round picks was the New York Jets in 2000. All 4 of the picks went on to play at least 10 seasons in the NFL. Give me those 4 players. You get a point for each.
Jeez.
2000 New York Jets, 4 first-round picks.
That's nuts, man.
All right, we're on the clock. I need to think of who else was in that class.
This is so easy, man.
Great.
Listen, Jordan. Screw you. How does that sound?
I'm with Ben, man.
If you guys read Six Pack Thursday back in April, you would know all about this.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you something, Joe. I didn't read Six Pack Thursday in April.
Guess what? You're paying for that right now, Ben.
Yes, I am. Man, I can't even think of Jets that old.
I'm going to give like an extra 10 seconds here because there's 4 answers. So
They all played 10 years, so it's not like these are bad players.
Man.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down.
All right, first up is Trevor.
I just picked 2 O-linemen that I know, played a long time. So I'm doubling down. Mangold or Mawai?
No points.
Man.
Kyle?
I had Nick Mangold,
Sick.
Sean Ellis, John Abraham, and a question mark.
You get 2 points.
Well done. All right, I had Chad Pennington, Nick Mangold, John Abraham, and then that scribble at the bottom is Lavernius Coles, which I wrote at the last second.
That's
You got 2. You got 2.
2.
Yep. Jordan, just put a 4 down or what?
Mike Tannenbaum made his career off these guys. Chad Pennington, John Abraham, Anthony Beck, Sean Ellis.
Yep, all 4.
Anthony Beck.
No.
Jeez.
So not.
I was 11 when that draft.
Jonah, what do we got, brother?
Hey, I think I did good. Sean Ellis, Chad Pennington, and John Abraham.
3 points. Good job.
Well,
Nice.
dude. Jonah sliding into second place.
Look at that. Comeback story.
Yeah. And for the first time tonight, Jordan is in the lead. What a shock.
Don't I have 4?
Won't be the last time.
Yeah, it's Kyle and Jonah are tied with 4. Jordan has 5. Joe, you're tied for last. What's going on?
I got 1 point at both of my questions.
There's nothing you can do about it.
I mean,
points.
I didn't get an opportunity to get those 4 points right there, else I would have.
That's true. It's a good point. Okay, when was Lavernius Coles drafted?
What
He was a couple years
college did
later,
go
wasn't
to,
he?
Ben?
Yeah, he was at Florida State with Randy
Yeah.
Moss in 97. So he probably was like 2001, 2002, something like that.
Lavernius Coles I know he was in 2000. He was just the 3rd round.
Oh, I got you. That's right.
I wrote Pennington, and then I wrote players I remembered playing with Pennington. That was my strategy.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, we're pretty
He was the
All
same.
right,
He was the
Trev.
same draft class.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm happy it was in
Nice.
2000. I just had no idea that was correct. Trevor, you're up. First question for you, dude.
Okay. Y'all know that one of them has to be a Bucks question.
Leroy Selman.
Always.
So this is the Bucks question. Joe, I told one of my coworkers today that every time I bring up a Bucks question, that you just immediately yell Leroy Selman,
Tradition.
and he said you got a good chance
One
of
of
it
these
being,
days it's going to be
if
right.
you do it.
It
All
was
right.
right the first time.
In the year 1984,
Jesus.
James Wilder Sr. was playing running back for the Buccaneers.
All right, I'm gonna get some food.
He was very close to the yards from scrimmage NFL record. O.J. Simpson had it. The Bucks, who were winning, this is just background story. The Bucks, who were winning this game, tried to literally tank the fourth quarter to get James Wilder the record, and onside kicked 3 times in a row while having the lead.
That's terrific.
But the Jets continued to stop them, and he ended up being 16 yards short. There is another running back who on that same day did beat O.J. Simpson's record in 1984. You know who this running back is. Who was it?
Jesus.
What record is this?
It's the yards from scrimmage record that he broke in 1984. You know who this running back is. It's a big name running back. 1984.
On the clock.
I really appreciated the lengths through which you went to get that related to the Bucks.
Dude, it was a John McKay literally in the fourth quarter just let the Jets score on them. He told the defense, do not tackle them. Let them score. And they did. But
I mean, I have a great amount of love for that.
They were bad at this time,
1984.
right?
they weren't good. Yeah, they weren't good.
So what was the team that this person played for?
He didn't
I'm
say.
not going to give you
He
that.
didn't say.
I don't think that was available.
Okay.
He didn't say.
I thought I could get it out of you.
Yeah.
What was his name,
We got
Trevor?
10 seconds. Yeah. What was his name again? 5, 4,
No idea.
3,
I have a guess that I know is chronologically correct.
1. Time.
All right, Kyle, the lead is yours, my friend.
Dickerson.
It is Eric Dickerson.
Oh.
Yes!
Yeah! Jordan didn't get it
Dickerson,
here.
boy!
It is
Damn.
Eric Dickerson. Yep.
Okay.
All right,
So
Jordan, or that you, yeah, Jordan.
I just said Walter Payton.
That's what I said.
That was my
Good
other
guess.
guess.
That's what I said.
Joe,
Give me all
what'd you
these
guess?
points.
You
Yeah,
get Dickerson?
boy.
There you go.
Wow. Okay, so to review what just happened, Jordan did not get an answer correct. That Kyle, Ben, and Joe all got correct.
Wow, you hate to see it.
which gives me how many points? How many points do I have?
It is 5-5, Kyle and Jordan at the top, 4-4, Jonah and Ben in the middle, then Joe with 2, and Trevor with 1.
What up?
I would like to
have
make it
3
very
points,
clear
Ben.
that my answer was Eric Dickerson because I know he was drafted in '83, and so I knew the time frame was correct, and that was all the information that I had.
Ben, I'd also like to point out that I have 3 points. I had the
Okay.
Cleveland Browns, linebacker, and Eric Dickerson.
Yeah, all right. My sabotage attempt clearly failed. Did you have Cleveland Browns?
He did.
Yes.
He did.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, he did.
3 points for Joe. It's been corrected.
This
He
is
did.
because it's my question, right?
Yes, it is,
This
sir.
is the point in the stream where I regret having 6 possible points for all.
Right, which is more than anyone has currently scored.
Thank
Both
So
of my
anyone
questions
can
have
take the
6
lead.
possible points right now.
Can't wait to get none of them right.
Okay.
Ronnie Brown.
So both of these questions are looking at the last decade of college football. The first
I only
one,
does college questions, and I
the
appreciate that.
first one is dedicated to penalties. So here's what I'm asking. I want you to name as many of the top 5 teams in college football to have the most penalties assessed to them over the last decade.
You said, what did you say? You cut out there. Top 5 what?
Who are the 5 teams that have been assessed the most penalties against them over the last decade of college football?
You can only guess 6, right?
You can only guess 5, and then whoever is closest to the number that the number 1 team has gets that point.
So
Okay.
it's the amount of penalties they have gotten in 10
In
years.
10 years. And
Sweet
what 5
Jesus.
teams? What is the number of the number 1 team, and who are the top 5 most penalized teams in college football over the last 10 years?
Oh my Lord.
All right, guys.
This
How are you
question
guessing
was
your
fun
team?
as shit, by the way.
And Kyle, for the total number, is it the total number of penalties combined for the number 1
Over
team?
the course of the 10 years.
Oh my lord.
I'm putting a lot of thought into these guesses, and I'm going to get 0 points.
Probably.
So we
Yeah.
get 5. We just guess 5 teams.
5 teams that you think are the least disciplined teams in college football over the last 10 years. AKA, they got the most penalties. And then how many penalties did the number 1 team get assessed in the last decade?
Jesus.
We have about 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8.
And then I'm guessing a total.
7. Yes, a total number of penalties for the most penalized team in college football over the last 10 years. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time.
Okay, whenever we do this guess a number thing, I end up guessing really dumb numbers.
Well,
Oh, son of a gun.
the chat was very dumb with their numbers, if it makes you feel any better.
Okay.
So what's the order here?
What is
It's me first. My 5 teams are, I mean, I have to keep score for this too. Oklahoma, Oregon, Kansas, Texas, and Oklahoma State. My total penalties is 670.
Okay, so you get 1 point,
Frick yeah!
and we will assess where you are with the number at the end. You had 648?
670, period.
670.
Okay, next up is Jordan.
I said Illinois, Miami, Notre Dame, Florida State, South Florida, and I just guessed 698.
You get 0 points, sir.
Big win, everyone. Jordan and I are tied. All right, anyway, keep going.
Me next.
Jonah, all you.
Okay. I got Illinois. I went Big Ten heavy. I went Illinois, Northwestern, Indiana, Nebraska, Oregon State with 755.
You get 0 points, sir. Now, here's the fun fact as we're halfway through this. These 5 teams are combined over 2 conferences. That's it. And none of them are the Big Ten.
Oh,
Damn it.
wow.
Picked the wrong conference.
My guess is Big 12.
Are they Big 12?
There's Big 12 and Pac-12 teams.
Let's go!
Listen,
Crap.
most pass-heavy conferences. Penalties are on pass plays.
So the reason I made the picks that I did is because I was trying to think of the teams that like played a lot of bowl games or had a lot of playoff games to increase the sample size. So I have Alabama, Clemson, Florida, Ohio State, Oklahoma, and 1,500.
You get 0 points, sir.
Yeah, but his numbers.
Starts typing something and goes, you get 0 points.
All right, Trevor.
All right, Trev. Come on, man.
All right, I got Oklahoma State, Kansas, Baylor, Texas Tech, Cal, and 842.
Trevor, you get 2 points for teams. And the most penalties went to the Baylor Bears over the last decade with 1,065, which means Trevor is also the closest with his number guess.
Wow.
What did he have? What did he guess?
842.
Damn.
Wow.
So
See, I had 1,500. That wasn't that bad.
No, it
Listen.
wasn't a bad guess. So here are the 5 teams. Baylor has been assessed 1,065 penalties over the last 10 years. The Oregon Ducks are second with 991. They're tied with Texas Tech, who also had 991. USC is fourth with 968. And UCLA is fifth with 967.
Yeah. So you had
I
USC
would
and
guess-
Oregon playing the most Pac-12 championship games between the 2 of them, and then playing in the Pac-12 and then Big 12 teams because it's pass heavy, and that's what the penalties are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, let's go, baby.
So big 3
That was a
point
fun one,
round for
Kyle. I
Trevor.
agree. It was fun. Yeah,
Listen.
Trevor catapults from last into
I'm a
the middle
Tampa
of the pack.
sports fan. I know shit sports teams when I see them.
Yeah. We got a tight ball game, fellas.
I needed at
All
least
right.
a point there. That sucks.
Yeah.
What's
All
the
right.
score right
My 5 for Ben, Kyle, and Jordan. 4 for Trevor and Jonah. 3 for Joe. All
And
right.
how many more questions are in round 1?
This is my question is the last question of round 1.
Okay, so we're getting ready to end round 1.
Yeah. Now, both of my questions regard the recent Hall of Famers who were just inducted and revealed their busts for the class of 2019. We're starting with a relatively easier question about Tony Gonzalez. So keep in mind now the 5 categories of just career production: games started, targets, receptions, receiving yards, and receiving touchdowns. Tony Gonzalez leads all tight ends in 4 out of these 5 categories. In the last one, in one of the 5, he is second all time. You get 1 point for naming which category he's second in, and 2 points for the player that's ranked above him in that category. So I'll say it again. 5 total categories: games started, targets, receptions, receiving yards, and receiving touchdowns. Tony Gonzalez leads all tight ends in 4 out of these 5 categories. Which is the one he doesn't lead, and which tight end is number 1 in that category?
We're on the clock.
This is my easy one.
Ben, this
So
is a good question.
Yeah, it is.
It's my easy one. We'll see how we all do. If you have the chat open, close the chat, but the chat's doing well.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Don't know.
Time.
All
Target's
right.
really screwed with my head.
It goes to Jordan.
I don't know. I just put catches, and I had Kellen Winslow first. I don't know.
No, sir. 0 points for Jordan. Chinks in the armor, folks. Chinks in the armor. Okay, sorry. Jonah.
Yeah, I got him with everything except games started. I gave that to Jason Witten.
No, sir. Incorrect. Joe.
Antonio Gates touchdowns.
Joe, you get 3 points. 1 for the correct category, and then the extra 2 for the correct player. Next up is Trev.
Antonio Gates, touchdowns.
Let's go, baby.
Clutch.
3 points for Trevor and Kyle, last but not least.
I guessed that quick. I knew that one quick.
Get it,
Gates
boy!
TDs.
When he said targets, that really screwed with my head.
Yeah. So
I just couldn't think of a tight end who would have had
Joe,
like
do you want
level
this?
success.
This was almost my question. Okay, if you look at targets, right? Greg Olson currently active, 1,082. Shannon Sharp, 1,197. Antonio Gates, 1,459. Jason Witten, 1,620. Tony Gonzalez has 2,012 targets on his career.
Wow.
Insane. Yeah, games started. He leads by almost 2 full seasons. Yards, he leads by almost 3,000 yards. Reception, he leads by almost 175 receptions. Touchdowns. Antonio Gates, on 400 less receptions, has 5 more touchdowns.
Wow.
116 versus 111.
Ben, where's Darren Waller on these?
It's shocking. I couldn't find Darren Waller among the top players. Folks, at the halfway poll, Kyle in a dominant lead with, well, not really dominant. He has 8. Then Trevor with 7. Then Joe with 6. Then Jordan and Ben tied with 5. And Jonah bringing up the rear with 4.
Wow. This
Just
is
had
fun.
to guess.
Jordan's
just had to guess
teasing
Cowboy.
us. He's teasing us. He's slow playing the
Jordan's
first
got
round.
4 points because of my freaking question.
Yeah, Jordan's about to reach into the. He's like, all right, he's down. He's about to ask the next question. He's about to reach into the bag. Like, listen, in
I got Michael's secret
1887, a
Zero
secret
dark 30.
football game was played.
Yeah, he's about to go shut down mode.
All right, always it's on you, Jordan. Second round, you start us off.
All right, so if you paid attention to the receiver article that I published earlier this week, this will be an easy question.
Okay.
So there's only been 2 pair of receivers that have went in the first round of the same year. If you can name the 2 players and the year, you get 3 points. There's only been 2 receivers from the same team that have been drafted in the first round of the same year.
So
Name the 2.
same college team, right?
Yeah, same college team.
Okay.
Name the year and the 2 players. And the school, sorry.
So those are the
So
3
you want
points.
4 points, sorry.
Okay.
4 points. Yeah.
Okay, so what you're saying is you're not going to tell me the year.
No.
No. Okay. This should be obvious.
It's not obvious.
Okay, never mind then.
It's a tough question.
I just feel like, like two receivers from the same school should be a thing that jumps right out in my head.
Same year.
I got no idea, man.
I'll give you the year for one less point. Give you 3 points. No? Okay.
Yeah, that
Says
means
Joe
Joe
who
has
the
it.
correct answer.
Damn. Yeah.
5,
No.
4,
Don't do it.
3, 2, 1. Time.
I can't think of the other guy's name.
It'd be really impressive if you get this.
All right.
It's Jonah first.
Jonah, all you, brother.
I ran out of time. I just put down Ted Ginn. All I got.
0 points.
You could have
Zero
wrote
points,
down
Jack.
Ohio State as well and took a stab at getting a couple of points.
Yeah.
This could be wrong. I've got Dwayne Bowe, LSU 2007, but I couldn't remember the other guy.
3 points.
Wow.
How was that guy?
Joseph. All right. Trevor.
I don't have it.
Yeah. I wrote Ohio State. So close. All right, Kyle.
This was a cost-cutting measure. I did LSU OBJ in 2014. I know Jarvis Landry went the second round, but it was the first thing that came to mind.
So 1 point for LSU.
Listen, Kyle, that point is huge. It means you and Joe are tied for the lead instead of Joe is in his own lead.
Who was the other one?
So it was 2007, and it was LSU, Dwayne Bowe, and Craig Davis.
Freaking Craig Davis, man.
Yeah.
Plus,
Freaking. That's classic Craig Davis right there.
Come on.
yes,
Craig Davis. We should have known.
Davis.
How didn't that come to us?
There we go.
I think he went by like Buster Davis, didn't he? Or was there another player the same year named Buster Davis?
Yeah, it was. Florida
that him?
State linebacker.
Mm-mm.
Damn it.
Stop it. Okay, Jordan, we get it. All right, listen, you're losing. You don't have to show off. Okay. Jonah, the question belongs to you, brother.
Okay.
Wait, we have a question. We have a question in the chat. Who drafted Craig Davis? Do you know, Jordan?
Chargers.
Yeah, it was Chargers.
Chargers?
Kyle, you're missing out on the much better questions beforehand, which is from Braden, who is Craig Davis? And then from AQDMF, what is a Craig Davis?
I mean,
And then
also
Erie
valid
Scott asked
questions.
Craig Davis, who drafted him? Yeah.
First round pick.
No one
out of LSU.
believes in Craig Davis, pretty
I'll
much.
do you one better. Why is
Why?
Gamora?
Great.
Damn, I should have gotten that. Okay.
Why
So-
is Gamora?
Obscure question time. Daphne.
Obscure question time?
Obscure question time.
Great.
All right, I'm gonna log off.
I
Good night, guys.
think Jordan's gonna get this. Jordan's a draft nerd. He's gonna get this one.
The
And-
opposite of what we're trying to do, Jonah.
In 2012, it's pretty recent. In 2012, 2013, and 2015, the highest drafted FCS player was a defensive back. So I'm talking like second, third round. So you can get 3 points here, but just name the top FCS player in those classes, 2012, 2013, and 2015, were FCS defensive backs. You can get 3 points maximum. 2012, 2013, 2015, FCS defensive backs. Highest FCS player drafted, regardless of position in that draft.
But
You said
they're
regardless
defensive
of
backs.
position?
But you said they're defensive backs.
You said they're all DBs.
But that's not the highest player drafted FCS player in that class.
Okay,
highest FCS player, like, regardless of position. 2012, 2013, 2015.
Okay, guys, I'm going to be honest. I don't know. Nasir Adderley.
Was drafted 4 years after the question.
Yeah, 2012, 2013, 2015.
12, 13, 15?
Yeah.
Hmm.
You guys know these players.
That we do.
I'm sure we do, you know what I mean? But that doesn't... Can't remember them.
Like, they're good players. like today, good players.
Oh, does he technically count then?
10,
When was he drafted?
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time.
Joseph.
I changed my mind at the last second. Pierre Desir, Jadoris Jenkins, and Josh Norman.
0
Norman.
points.
Frick.
0? Oh, man.
Really? I thought
Norman was
Pierre
right.
Desir was for sure.
I think this year was 14, wasn't he?
Yeah, you're wrong year, but he wasn't the highest FCS player. It was Garoppolo. Garoppolo was the highest player drafted that year.
Oh, frick.
Jim G. All right. Trevor.
I got nothing.
Kyle.
I had the same answer as Joe did.
Oh, yeah? I wrote DRC, who was drafted before 2010. Okay, so no one has any points, and Jordan is left. This is great.
Just 2013. I just wrote Jamie Collins.
Damn it! No one got my questions again. Hey, okay, 2012, it was Tremaine Johnson from Montana. 2013, it was Robert Alford from Southeast Louisiana. And 2015, it was Jaquaski Tart from Stanford.
Oh wow, Jaquaski Tart.
Those three players were the highest drafted FCS players in their respective classes.
I heard the question.
Jonah,
I heard
what
the
was your
question
first question
wrong.
again?
I heard the question wrong.
The first question? That was the linebacker question.
Okay. And so across 2 questions that you offered, with a grand total of 6 points possible, I believe 3 total points were scored.
No, there's only 2 points possible in the first one.
Okay, so with 5 total points across 5 people, so 25 total points among all of us.
I don't think it's fair to say they were. Just no one got them right.
All I heard was regardless of position. I didn't hear DB. My bad.
I said that they're the top player drafted.
Yeah, I got
The
you.
excuses are already started.
Mounting.
On the Reed Square.
The
Here you go,
Everest
guys.
of excuses.
7 points are on the line here. 7. And it's not even that hard of a question. Everyone should get at least a few of these. You ready? All right. 7 number 1 overall picks quarterbacked their team to a Super Bowl title. Name them. You get a point for each. 7 number 1 overall picks quarterbacked their team Super Bowl title. I need their names. You get a point for each.
All right, so Tom Brady.
Stop.
Kurt Warner, Bart Starr.
Kurt Warner.
Wait, I'm trying to think. This is like a trick question because there's some players that.
Yeah, is this a trick question?
Because they weren't drafted by the. They weren't
The
drafted.
number 1 overall pick in the draft quarterbacked their team to the Super Bowl.
Drafted
The
by
team
that
that
team?
drafted them?
No, it did not necessarily their team.
Okay.
Okay.
And you're saying to the Super Bowl, win or two?
No, won the Super Bowl.
They
won.
Okay.
7 number 1 overall picks have been quarterbacks that won a Super Bowl.
Got 15 seconds.
I love that I can't get any points here.
Oh, that's one.
5, 4.
I need one more name.
3, 2, 1. Time.
Okay. Trevor, ball's yours.
I have Peyton Elway and Terry Bradshaw.
You got 3.
Nice.
Okay, hang on, I gotta make sure I keep these down. Okay, Kyle, you?
All right, I did Peyton and Eli Manning, John Elway, Roger Staubach, Bart Starr, and Troy Aikman.
You got 4.
Nice.
Art Starr was the 200th pick in the draft, by the way.
Well, I was just thinking old time, guys.
I mean, I just went like, okay, so I have Peyton, Elway, Aikman, Eli, Bradshaw, Mike Vick, and then I wrote down Drew Brees in the last second.
Tell me about that Mike Vick Super Bowl. That was
Here's the thing. I know Mike Vick was a first overall pick, and I know Mike Vick once beat the Eagles in the NFC Championship game, so I know he made it to a Super Bowl.
The Falcons have never won the Super Bowl.
That's a good point now that I think about it. But I'll be honest with you, I have a question mark next to Vic's name for a reason, and it's because it was a guess.
All right, who's next?
Was Eli a number one pick?
Yeah.
How many points did I get, Joe?
He was picked and
show
then
me your thing
traded,
again, I'm
and
sorry.
then he was traded to...
Why did I think he wasn't a number one pick?
He was picked first by the Chargers and then traded to New York, and they drafted Rivers to flip him.
Right.
Yeah.
You got Eli, Bradshaw, Elway, Peyton. I can't see the other ones because it's...
That's Aikman right here.
Okay, yeah, you got 5.
Heck yeah.
Good job.
Thank you.
Jordan?
I like that question.
I got Aikman, Eli, and Peyton, Elway, and Bradshaw.
Those are all correct. How many is that?
5.
That's
5.
5.
I have the same.
The
five.
one... okay, so you
Joan
get...
also got 5.
Same
I
5
think
as Jordan.
Yeah, Jim Plunkett, nobody got. And Joe Namath, I don't think anyone got.
Damn it.
Namath. Namath would
Yeah.
have been a good guess.
So, Namath, Plunkett, Bradshaw, Aikman, Elway, Manning.
All right.
Or
After the chaos there, Kyle lead 13, Trevor, Ben, Jordan with 10, Jonah with 9, Joe with 9.
I stole myself. I gave away points and didn't give myself
Joe's
a chance
too
to get
charitable with the questions,
Joe,
brother.
you're going to get
Yeah.
points here. Don't worry.
it. Thank you.
I've got 6 points up. Actually, is it Trevor or is it me?
I think
It
it's you.
is Trevor.
Oh, okay.
Yeet.
This one you only get 1 point, but it's easy. In the 2006 NFL Draft, Vince Young was the first quarterback taken. Matt Leinart was the second quarterback taken. Who was the third?
2006.
2006. Is he good?
Picked it.
Was he good?
He played a while
Why are you asking me this?
because I can.
It should be
I don't
easy.
So I'm trying to think of what's significant about the quarterback.
It's not. There's no significance. It's just I found this earlier today when I was just rummaging through.
So easy. I don't know why I'm not getting this. I think I got it.
Oh, I got it.
Can you say the first two again?
Vince Young, Matt Leinart.
Damn it. I might be thinking the wrong year.
This was Marv Levy's QB1 that year.
I think I got it.
When he was the GM of the Bills, he came out and said that this was his QB1.
Yeah, whom's Marv Levy?
I think I got it.
He might have been the best one, too, to be honest with you.
I think I got it. Come on.
Well, oh wow, better than Vince Young and Matt Leinart.
If,
Oh.
if
Right.
it's who I think it is,
Right.
then yeah, it was.
Damn it.
10, 9,
Do I know it?
8,
Damn it. I think I
7,
do.
6,
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time.
All right, Kyle, deal is yours.
Was it Smokin' Jay?
Got it.
Vanderbilt?
Dang. I had
Yeah,
Matt Schaub.
We don't have to go around the table. If you got Jay Cutler, you got a point.
Yeah.
I get
I
a
need to
point.
know. Yeah, I need to know who had Cutler, so I can write the points down.
Pick everyone but you, Ben.
Yeah, I'm watching that happen on the stream now. Feels great inside. Feels good in my tummy. Was Matt Schaub even drafted in 2006? This is the real question. And the answer is probably no.
So I
Oh
was
no,
like,
actually.
Who else was in this class?
Reggie
Not
Bush.
Matt Schaub. Matt Schaub was drafted in 2004. Kind of close.
That's close.
Was this
Close
the
get.
was this the Kellen Clemens year?
I think so.
No,
Was it this or 07? Is it that or 07?
Uh,
I don't think it was this year. I don't
Other
think it was-
quarterbacks in this class include Kellen Clemens, Tavares Jackson, Charlie Whitehurst, Brad Smith, Brody Croyle.
Clipboard
Bruce
Jesus was
Gronkowski.
in this class.
Clipboard Jesus.
I'll never forget 2006. I thought Ernie Sims was gonna be Ray
Dude,
Lewis.
Sims
Florida State.
Yeah.
he was
I will
nice
also
in
never
college.
forget
Ernie
2006.
Sims. Ernie Sims was a little Madden cheat code for a while though.
Yeah, it was.
So fast.
Yes, he was.
All right.
My
It
question.
is Kyle, and then I will be last. Final question. So my last opportunity to score some points here and get out of last place.
Okay. Another 6 points are available.
Woo!
Same format as the last question that I had.
Woo!
Same parameters. The last decade of college football.
Woo!
The question: name the 5 teams that have scored the most touchdowns over the course of the last decade, and how many touchdowns has the number 1 team scored in the last 10 years?
Like what level of college football? Like FBS?
FBS teams.
Okay,
yes.
all right, thank you.
Yes.
10 years. Okay, yeah, I think so. I got it.
I don't know.
Do you guys want a hint?
10
Yes.
years.
No conference has more than 1 team.
Okay, now scratch that
Jeez.
strategy.
But they haven't been good for like 5 years. Damn it.
All right. Well, you're telling me the Big Ten has a team, or not necessarily?
No, I'm not telling you that.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
All right, which Pac-12 team do I want to pick?
So we're,
That's a fun hint, Kyle. Thank you.
We're milking the clock
This is a very
here.
fun
Again, you
question.
guys have about 15 seconds. The question: over the last decade, name the 5 teams that have scored the most touchdowns in FBS football and the number of touchdowns the number 1 team has scored. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time.
All right, Texas Tech, Alabama, Florida State, Oregon, Boise, 370.
Read those again.
Texas Tech, Alabama, Florida State, Oregon, Boise, 370.
You get 3 points.
Whoa! This is more than I anticipated.
Wait, what was your guess on the number?
370. Super
370.
low. Like, super low.
Oh, okay.
I forget to do the guess, and I just write a number. I don't even do the math.
Who's next? Jonah? Or no, Jordan?
Jordan, yes.
I just put Texas Tech, Oregon, Alabama, and I got 1,200.
Okay, you get 2 points.
1,200.
You get 2 points, and we'll see about the touchdowns.
Ooh, I think I'm in good spot here.
Okay,
am I
well,
up?
Jonah, it's you.
Jonah,
so
you're up.
All right. That's me. I have Texas Tech,
No,
Hawaii.
It's Jonah.
It's Jonah.
Jonah.
See, I almost guessed Hawaii, but I didn't think they've been good the last couple of years. So I got Texas Tech, Oregon, Houston, Oklahoma, and Boise State with 646.
You get 3 points.
Texas Tech, Oregon,
Damn.
3 points.
3 points.
I'll take it.
All right.
Let's go.
Kyle, I have Texas Tech, Hawaii, Oregon, Ohio State, Florida State, and 800.
You get 2 points.
Trevor?
I have Oklahoma, Ohio State, Alabama, USC, Boise, and 812.
You get 4 points.
Woo!
The 4 teams were Oregon first,
Didn't get that.
Oklahoma second, Alabama third, Ohio State fourth, Boise State fifth.
Let's go!
Oregon has the most touchdowns with 742, which means Joe gets the point for guessing 800.
Oh my!
Damn it. That's a
Screw
six-
off, Joe.
Damn it.
All right, guys, if you're on the stream, update your score sheets. Trevor is in the lead with 15. Kyle with 14.
Love to see
Jordan, Ben, Jonah, and Joe all tied with 13, and I have a question to ask. You hate to see it, but I mean, it's anybody's game besides mine. Very exciting times.
I would not have gotten nearly that many answers right if Kyle
Yeah.
did give us the
Right.
I would have just guessed exclusively Pac-12 or Big 12 teams.
Yeah, that was fun though that you gave us that.
No, that was good. That was.
I
Really
have a total of 5 points available in my question.
Dude, you trying to screw me over? I'm trying
Anybody's
to win,
game
Ben.
here. Anybody's game.
Anybody's
Let's
game.
go.
I'm trying to win, Ben.
Now,
Trevor
this-
had this in the bag.
As always, this is my toughest question. This is my tougher questions in the second round. I lost all my sick notes. It's fine. And of course, again, we are focused on a recent Hall of Fame addition. This time, Ed Reed. Ed Reed, inducted into the Hall of Fame earlier this week, is currently 5th on the career list of interceptions for safeties. There are 3 Hall of Famers above him, and you get 1 point for each Hall of Famer that you name. You get 2 points for naming the non-Hall of Famer that is also above him on this list.
Damn it, I wrote about this guy. I forgot his name.
Ed Reed was inducted into the Hall of Fame earlier this week. He is 5th on the career list of interceptions for safeties. There are 3 Hall of Famers in front of him, and you get 1 point for each that you name. There are 2 points on the line for naming the non-Hall of Famer that is in front of him.
Okay, so Malik Hooker.
I wrote it. God damn it. How do I not remember this? My memory is awful.
So we're looking for
Wow,
5.
this is so
it
tense.
5?
I feel like there
Is
needs to
it
be
5?
a millionaire
5
question.
names? Is it
The
fi-
music playing in the background.
Is it 5 names? 4 names.
4 names. He's 5th on the list. There's 4 names. So
God,
3 are Hall of Famers.
I don't know the other dude.
And then the 1 is a non-Hall of Famer. Now, I will say you must specify which of your guesses are Hall of Famers and which are not. Which is the non-Hall of Famer. You must specify.
I mean, if we get it but we don't specify, do we get a point?
No. Unless you guys want to, that's also okay.
So we should have 4 names down.
Yes, 3 who you
No
think
idea.
are Hall of Famers and 1 who you think is not a Hall of Famer.
I got a chance.
Yeah, I mean you're only 2 points off, and Trevor doesn't think he's scoring any points.
No, I have names written down. I just have no idea who the third guy or the fourth guy might be. I have no idea.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time.
All right. It is on you, Jordan.
So I only have 3 names down. Both of the Woodsons, Rod. Well, the 2 Hall of Famers, Rod Woodson and Paul Krause, Vikings legend. And then the non-Hall of Famer is Charles Woodson. He's not eligible yet, so he's not in the Hall of Fame.
Jordan got 4 points. Dang it, he's going to win. Okay. Jonah, go ahead, your guess.
Damn it. I put Charles Woodson down as a Hall of Famer, but I know he's one of them. I got Rod Woodson. I put Cliff Harris, and then I put down Ken Riley, but he played cornerback. He's a non-Hall of Famer. He's in the top 5 for cornerbacks.
Yeah, I can tell you, actually, Ken Riley is tied with Charles Woodson for 5th among all defensive backs, but he is not a safety.
I know. Damn.
1 total point for Jonah. All right. On to you, Joe.
I have Paul Krause, Ronnie Lott. I'm sorry, I have Paul Krause, Ronnie Lott, Rod Woodson, and Ken Riley as a non-Hall of Famer.
2 total points for Joe. Trevor.
I have Charles Woodson as the non-Hall of Famer, and then Rod Woodson, Ronnie Lott.
Show it to me. All right. It is 3 points for Trevor.
Clutch. Trevor's going to win.
Suck
this thing.
it, Ben.
Very proud, dude. Kyle, go ahead.
I only have 3 names down. They're all Hall of Famers. I had Rod Woodson, Krause, and Dick Night Train Lane.
Dick
All right.
Night Train Lane.
I think he's a
Train
corner, though,
Lane,
isn't he?
Who is, yes, Night Train Lane, who is listed by Pro Football Reference as Night Train Lane, is not listed as a safety. I mean, he played in like the 60s, and so he's listed as just like a defensive back, so I did not include him.
How
Sorry,
many
Kyle.
interceptions did he have, though?
He had more than Charles Woodson. But if you search, he had 68. Charles Woodson had 65. But if you search for just safeties, he's not included by Pro Football Reference. Sorry, buddy.
All right. How does the cookie crumble here?
Yeah. So amazingly, you guys are very talented. Nobody tied after all of these questions.
Wow.
The way it finally ended.
That's
So
actually good.
coming up in the rear is Ben with 13, then Jonah with 14, Joe with 15, Kyle with 16, drum roll, Jordan with 17, and indeed Trevor winning the first ever non-Jordan Reed Trivia Night with 18. The player who was not identified in those questions. So Paul Krause leads all safeties and all players in history with 81 interceptions. Rod Woodson is third with 71. Indeed, so Charles Woodson is fifth with 65. Emlyn Tunnel
Oh, yeah.
is
Yeah, that
79 interceptions.
Sure,
He played
yeah.
from 1948 to 1961.
That is a
Jesus.
Madden create a name,
Yeah,
custom draft class name.
yeah.
I have
So
a question.
Ed Reed,
I have a question.
go ahead.
I have a question. How many of Charles Woodson's interceptions came as a safety versus as a corner?
Same question with Rod Woodson.
Yeah, I mean, so he's listed as a safety for literally the last 4 years of his career, over which he had 11 total interceptions. So that would be 54 of his interceptions coming as a corner.
Because
Okay.
Rod Woodson
Just double
played
check.
the-
Just double checking there. That's all.
I went off of the Pro Football Reference list.
Ben, I think you're doing a fantastic job.
because Rod
Listen.
Woodson played some corner too.
Charles Woodson
Joe's
played corner
giggling.
for like a decade.
Argue with the Pro Football Reference list.
As was
Ben, I thought the question and answer forum was wonderful.
Woodson became a safety when he went to Green Bay. Rod Woodson went to become a
If
safety.
you search Pro Football Reference for leading safeties, interceptions, Charles Woodson's name shows up. If you have an issue with it, argue with Pro Football Reference.
Argue with your cat.
All right, Joe, you got a fan question.
All right, time for the fan question. It's not Googleable, and you
bullshit.
only get one guess, okay? So you can't just sit here and blitz the comments with as many guesses as you can. You have one guess. All right, as you guys know, the Draft Network just completed its first year of full coverage.
Oh, I love it.
During that first year, which player had the most views on their profile? And
Oh,
it was not close at all. This guy won by tens of thousands of page views. Which player had the most page views on their player profile on the draftnetwork.com in year one?
love it.
This is for a chance to win a spot in the TDN Fantasy League. You have 30 seconds in the chat starting right now.
I don't know if 30 seconds is going to do it, Kyle.
Well, if they guess more than once, they're automatically eliminated.
Yeah, do not guess more than once. 10,
What a thrilling trivia night,
9,
guys.
It was great.
8,
If I do say
7,
so myself.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Any entries beyond right now are out.
Right meow.
The last one that I'm counting is the one by Captain Ham Sauce.
And Captain Ham Sauce himself was correct.
Yeah, well, I guess all these people knew because they read this profile a million times. DK Metcalf is the correct answer, and we have a lot of entries this week.
Yeah, this is the makeup for last week when no one got either of the trivia questions that we
Right.
had. So Captain Ham Sauce got it right. Braden,
Joe, what was the
Jeez.
total on Metcalf's views?
A lot.
a lot.
He
I'll
won
bet you.
by tens of thousands.
Insane, dude. Who do you think it'll be this year? Tua?
It's going to be Henry Ruggs.
Judy.
All
I was
three.
going to say,
Here's
I
something
think it's going to be
interesting-
Judy.
Something interesting for the people to know is the top three were all wide receivers.
Interesting.
And like most of the top 20 was wide receivers. So people were digging the wide receiver reports.
Who are we going to cape for harder than mainstream media?
Henry Ruggs.
Yeah, probably. You're probably right.
Yeah.
It probably is Ruggs.
All right,
Henry
so-
Ruggs. Let's go.
We have 11 correct answers in the
Wow.
chat at the
Good job,
cutoff
y'all.
of Captain Ham Sauce.
Those of you who are complaining that you got it in before the cutoff, get it in faster next time.
Simple as that.
Yeah, because I'm viewing the chat and our live stream is ahead of that. But you know what? Ricky Racer's the only one that got it after. I'm gonna throw him in there.
I think
for shits and
Bolt
gigs.
Hulk got it too. I think Bolt Hulk got it too.
Boldholt's gotten like 4 entries.
Yeah, but I think he
Yeah.
legitimately got it.
All right. Well, Bolt Hole, I'll throw him in.
Yeah.
We're feeling generous. We're feeling
BP457 said
generous.
he's BP457
Woke up
said
feeling generous.
we're gonna be big on Curtis Weaver this year, which is a correct take.
So now
Yeah,
we are at 13. Captain Ham Sauce, Braden JH, Large Hazelnut Coffee, Behind the Back Stuff, Buffalo Falcon, J-Rod Draft Scout, Erie Scott, Nick Bruins, Nightmare 0329, Old Geezer, 17 Esposito, Ricky Racer 99, and Bolt Holt. You are entered into the drawing for a spot in the TDN 2019 Fantasy League. Congratulations.
Go team.
Successful trivia night.
I'd say so,
disputing
Kyle.
I'm disputing the ruling there by Ben, who doesn't even know who Charles
Yep.
Woodson was, with the exception
Ruling
of the
by
last 3
Ben.
years
Definitely
of his
ruling
career.
by Ben.
But,
Definitely ruling by Ben.
Yeah,
Rod Woodson was a cornerback.
Ben doesn't know that. Thanks for watching, guys. We're signing off. Till next time. Come back next Wednesday for trivia night once again.